Hello everybody! Welcome back to Musings by Nikki. I'm Nikki. As you can see, I have been a busy girl. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 journals to show you. They're just small journals, one signature journals. These are traveler's notebooks. These are larger, regular 8.5 by 11. And then I've got jewelry that I made because I went crazy and couldn't stop myself. So after I shot the video where I showed you some of the jewelry that I was making, then I had all these little bits and pieces on my desk, so I went to town. So you guys, this is these are books that I had started a while ago, and then they had been kind of shoved away, and I am trying to kind of get my desk organized and put away and everything so that I can start on my next kind of big project. And I just needed some space and to clear up some things. So this is the stuff. So let's see, let's start. I'm going to push these aside for now, and then I'm going to put these, goodness, over here. And then let's just do this. I'm going to flip through these really fast. They're not super highly embellished journals. These are definitely writing journals. These, I believe, are going to be 6 by like 8 3/4. So it is a fabric covered. It has this tassel that's got a bunch of lace and ribbons and floral fabrics and things in it. It's just pinned on top with a garment pin, so you can take that off if you want to. Otherwise it flips up and out of the way. The tie is not attached. It is just this really fun yellow polka dot fabric sewn onto some muslin. And like I said, I love this fabric. It's got like little blackberries and then these pretty florals. I love the colors of this fabric. And these are, so the reason I made these first, well actually the reason I made all of these was I was kind of on a stash busting mission. I had been given some papers by a friend, and they weren't things that I was really using in other ways, so I decided to put them together with when I made my Farmhouse Fresh journal or paper kit, my digital kit. So it's called Farmhouse Fresh. That's a digital kit, and that is in my Etsy shop right now. So you'll see it's both a traveler's notebook and a regular size. So you'll see that those papers like right there in here. So it's not a huge pack. It does have 2 sheets of ephemera, and then I think there's like 7 or 8 pages of papers, something like that. Anyway, this was a paper pad. So then the rest of this is a paper pad that all came together. And of course, I cannot tell you, it's by Park Lane, and it's from, I think it's from, I didn't get it, I didn't buy it, but I think it's from Michael's. No, Joanne. I think she said she got it at Joanne. Anyway, they're really nice paper pads. They're very curated. So they come with like a bunch of different styles of paper, a piece of vellum, some metallic stuff, some cardstock stuff. So anyway, and then some cut aparts. So that's what this is. And it's a really cute pad. This is one of the tags from the kit. And then this is this, can you hear that? It's fabric paper, which I love. I wish and it's beautiful. I wish they had a whole pad of this, because I would invest in that for sure. You guys, I did no coffee staining on these first 4 and no inking, which was a challenge in itself. But anyway, these are definitely writing journals. They've just gotten, like I said, minimal embellishments. There's a few pages with pockets. That's from my kit. That's from my kit. And I've just sewn some lace along the edges of a few pages. This is one of the, this is a piece of the acetate, printed acetate that's in there. Love it. Some lined papers. Some graph paper. This is a little Wendy tag here. Hi Wendy, if you're watching. This is a bag sewn on with a big tag in there. And a little tag. It says Farmhouse. This is another paper tag. Oh, the paper, fabric paper is what I was looking for, the word. This is a little paper pad here with some sheets of paper to write on that's sewn in. Tags. Another tag here. Tag here. In the center of each one of these there is this little bundle of buttons. So I'll show you. There's a little cluster of buttons at the bottom of each one. Aren't these papers just so pretty? They're just very happy, friendly, cheerful papers. There's another pad right there. This is a belly band. This is another little Wendy tag here. There are circles in the kit that come with the kit, and they cut out using a 2-inch punch if you print them regularly. So that's what I made those with. It's a little flip out. It's a pocket textured wood paper. That was in that paper pad too. Blessed, sweet. There you go, and my tag. So there's the first one. All right. I'm not gonna flip. You know what? I'm not gonna flip through this one because it's, well, they're a little different. I'll just go quick, real quick. Yeah, the only difference is really like the order of things, but I tried to put kind of the same basic elements in each one. And I think if you're looking at this particular journal and you like it better than the other one, I think when I put these into the store, I will, there's a little Wendy tag there, I'll put this as number 2, like I'll put the other one as 6x9 journal number 1, and I'll put this as 6x9 journal number 2. There's the center of the signature and the little buttons. That's a tag that says home. Here's some little cards here that says home is where I am with you. Oh, that's a tuck spot, obviously. Another little Wendy tag. This is more that printed acetate. Just a couple of tags in there. This will flip out. There's a couple of pockets. This one goes this way with the little line tag, and then here are 3 little tags in there. And this one says always be humble and kind. I love that one. Alright, so that'll be like country farmhouse 6x9 journal number 2. Then I've got 2 Traveler's Notebook versions of the same style. This is again not attached. This one comes with a little tiny mini book, so I used all of my scraps to just make these 2 little mini books. So this comes with it. There's literally no embellishments in here. You could throw this in your purse or your backpack or whatever if you wanted to take little notes. Give it to a little younger person who would think this was super cute and let them decorate it. This one, these two use that fabric paper. Ooh, listen, I love that. The fabric paper to be the covers on these. And on this one, the front and back are also a big pocket that I just did some layering to make a tab. So that is a giant pocket on the front, and the back is the same thing here. Then in the front pocket of this one is a little notebook with some sheets of paper. And then this is the, these I used a traveler's notebook size version of the kit to make. So there are pockets and a little Wendy tag there. These I sewed a bunch of tabs on here. So these have tabs. So little half sheets. This is just tucked behind that banner. This is another notebook right here. So these are definitely writing journals. There's a behind this envelope, and then inside this envelope there are a couple of journaling cards, and there's a little Wendy tag on the front. This is more of that printed acetate that I used, and tucked this little card behind it. Here are a couple of tags in this tuck spot. It's another paper pad right here. It just occurred to me, this goes behind here, that I have no idea how many pages are in each one of these. Unless you're counting, then you would know, but they'll be in the Etsy listing. There's a couple more tags there. This is a long sideways pocket here, and then there's the pocket on the back. So we'll say that one is Farmhouse Fresh yellow journal, we'll call it. And here is the other one. Here's another one of those little mini notebooks that it comes with. And then this is more of that, oh, this paper is gorgeous. If I could buy just a bunch of sheets of just this fabric paper, it feels so cool, you guys. If you've never touched this fabric paper, but I mean, it's literally, it's paper. I don't know, it just feels so cool. Later today, as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to try for the first time ever making, I guess, what would be a version of this by ironing muslin to freezer paper, because I want to try printing on it. So I'm kind of thinking that's maybe what that'll feel like. Who knows? Anyway, this one's gorgeous. I've made some pockets here with some more notebooks in them. That is made out of that printed vellum. That was just one sheet. It was a 12 by 12 pad. So you'll see, I really used the heck out of it. I have very few scraps left from that paper pad. So it was a really good, it was a good gift. I mean, I really enjoyed it. And it goes really well with my Farmhouse Fresh kit. So, but like, that's a print from it. It's really gorgeous. I'm pretty sure it's called Park Lane, and they're like, it's like a curated pads of paper, and I know I've seen them at Joann. There's another big tag back there, and I think there were different versions of it when I saw it. There was like maybe 10 different varieties, different themes and stuff. It's a glassine bag. I made a tag out of one of the pieces of paper. Here's a little, I think that's a little pocket. I just don't have anything in there, but one of the tags that says grateful. This is paper pad here. Another paper pad here. And then behind this envelope is another pocket there, and there are some more journaling cards in there and a Wendy tag. It just slides in behind there. A couple more pockets here. Oops. Some more tags behind there. That's some more of that fabric paper. This is a little mini skinny notebook here with the off-cut edges of some graph paper, and then here's another graph paper tablet is the word for that. Goodness. All right. Now we have two of these. They are also made with that same kit, the Farmhouse Fresh kit, but these are covered in burlap, or I think if you're in the UK or maybe other parts of the world, it's called Hessian. And they have on the ends of the tassel, they're pretty heavy, little beads. This one says hope and this one says peace. And they wind around this little guy, windy guy, 100,000 times. Look at that. They're very long. You could definitely trim them down. But I wanted to leave whoever buys this plenty of space for if it gets fatter or chunkier, that you'd have plenty of room to wind it around. Plus, I think when you wind it 100,000 billion times, it just makes it a little more secure. The edges are just kind of frayed and rough here, and there is a piece of lace that it just goes along the edge. This one is very fluffy. The other one is not quite as fluffy along the edge, and then the tie just goes through here. And this is made, and on the inside is some of that really crinkly, wrinkly texture. I do this every time I use this stuff. Muslin that I've double coffee stained and crinkled up and dried on the line. So, and then this is something that was gifted to me as well. This is I always want to say Stamperia because that's what Gail used to say, and then she got corrected by somebody or something, and so now, but it's called Stamperia, I believe. But I always want to say Stamperia, but it's Stamperia. And it was a pad. It wasn't a pad, it was just a pack. But also just this gorgeous roses and wood kind of thing. Actually, I got this a long time ago, but now looking at it, it reminds me kind of the new kit that I just made. The florals kit that I just made. So anyway, it's got cute little bird cages and stuff on it. So I used that whole paper stack to make these two journals as well. There's a pocket. Now this one, oh, and here's this says diary on it. I thought if you wanted to put it on the front or if you wanted to put it inside here, I didn't attach it. But I'll leave it in here in case you want to use it. It came with the fussy cut page in here. When I was printing this out, I printed one for these two. I printed one full size and one traveler notebook, and I don't know why. I was thinking I was going to make both, but I didn't. So I ended up making two traveler's notebooks. So some of these are just folded in, and I just printed plain old, like lined, or not lined, but just white barnwood on the back side. So it goes really well with this Stamperia kit. So those are just folded in. This one I did use coffee stain paper in. These are just little bits from the kit, coffee stained pattern paper. These are fussy cuts from the kit as well. It came with a bunch of tags, cute little tags. That one says enjoy the little things. Behind this circle there are a couple of tags. Ugh. This has little photo corners on it, and this paper is actually behind there. So you could take it out right on the back, right on, stick it back in. There's a large tag behind this tuck spot here. Here is the middle. So there's a key here and a lock here. And then in the middle, there is this clock that came with the kit. Then this is a belly band that I made out of, this is my wood and lace rip strips. And I cut one out and used it as a belly band. And then I sewed across this way in between each one. And that made these stay more securely. And these are some of the tags that came in the page of tags with that Stamperia kit. There are some more photo corners there. Those don't have, you can't tuck behind them. So just really pretty. This is a tuck spot here. You could tuck other things behind there too. More tags there. Another little clock and a little keyhole. This one, when I was making it, interesting little fact, there's my tag, and then there's this really pretty little bird cage on the back. This one I had to sew in twice because I sewed it in upside down the first time. Yes, I did, because I was not paying attention to what I was doing. 3, 4, 5, 100 billion. See? Okay. Next one. It's just slightly different. These charms say love and hope. This one doesn't have as fluffy a piece of lace there. There's a pocket, front, very similar. This one has double belly band on there, so this one is tucked in this way, and this one is tucked in this way. Oh, come on now. It's like stuck on itself. There we go. More keys and keyhole. That says autographs of all your favorite people. Some tags in there. Behind that circle. These are tucked in. This is another one that's tucked in behind the photo corners there. This says home is where the heart is. And in the center of this one there is a much larger clock. Those do go behind that photo corner there. There we go. This is a big tag, but I made it into a belly band, and this goes behind it. There's another pocket with some tags. Home is not a place, it's a feeling. It's a big flip out. This really pretty bird cage on there. There's a keyhole and another little clock. There is another one of those belly bands that I made out of the wood and lace rip strips, and then 3 tags tucked in there. There's a pocket with some tags in it, and there's the last page and more of that yummy crinkly. Alright, so we'll wrap them 100 billion times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 500 billion. Okay, now let's look at this yumminess. Let's see. we've got necklaces, earrings, and bracelets. So let's look at bracelets first, since they're right up front. So these are all on elastic cord, so they can fit anybody. They stretch to fit my wrist, and my wrist is a little bit bigger. They fit my daughter's wrists as well. And these are made out of those paper beads that I make from Tracy Fox's kit. And then in between on this one, they have sandalwood beads that smelled fantastic. I'm sure they'll lose their scent after a little while, but when I first opened up the package, it smelled fantastic. So this one is black and white. And here, let me see if I can do this. That one's kind of like black and neutrals. Right? I don't know, that one's really shiny right there. There we go. So there's that one. Then this one has a couple of floral beads on it, and then it has this little plaque bead, and it says love always, and there is a little bit of cheesecloth behind it. And then this one has some of the sandalwood beads and some wood beads strung in between them. Then this one says believe, dream big, and be better, and then it has two little mandala beads kind of on there. And then this one just has a bunch of really pretty flowers, and all of the beads are Mod Podged. They're layered up in Mod Podged. I can tell you this, right? So they are paper. I mean, you do have to be careful with them, but I had mine on, so I made myself a bracelet. When I originally did this, I had mine on. Then we came home from dinner. My husband and I went out to dinner, and we came home from dinner, and I proceeded to totally forget that I had my bracelet on, my paper bead bracelet on, go to check the pool chemicals, which requires my hand going in and out of the pool filter and all kinds of things, and then water my flowers and water my hanging baskets. So I didn't submerge my whole hand down into the water or anything, but it definitely got very, very wet, and my bracelet survived. I took it off and it was a little tacky, so I let it dry again. So the Mod Podge on here, while it doesn't completely waterproof everything, it did sustain it didn't sustain any damage, and it totally, you know, took the little abuse that I gave it. So there's that. Here are pairs of earrings. This one, they're both little butterflies, and then they have some beads on there. This one says entomology, and this one says botanical, and they're a set. And then that one has two cute little ladybugs. Adorbs, and they're French hooks, so they just dangle. Then I made the mostest necklaces because I think I was having the most fun with those. So we'll just rip through these quick, because you can, if you're interested, so they're all taped, all the excess is taped on back. I have them on a couple of different types of twine or cord, and some are on wax linen threads, but they're all taped up back here. They are not tied. None of them are tied or knotted, and most of them are excessively long, so that when you get it, you can choose to like make it as long or as short as you want to, make an official knot in it, or just put a bow in it so you can make it longer or shorter each time. That I left to you. So this one, you know, instead of holding them up, why don't I be smart about this, guys? Sometimes. So this one says country garden, and it just has a whole bunch of little tiny flowers layered in the back. Then I fussy cut a butterfly here and fussy cut a little bee here, and they're hanging out. And then the whole thing is backed with some fabric that I have also Mod Podged, and they are on kind of a cotton thread twine type of thing. And like I said, that's really long. So then I have two of these guys. I had fun making this, so I made more of the little envelopes. This one says create with courage, so this is the one that I made before, and then the other necklaces I mailed out in some Happy Mail and gave to a friend. And then this one says Take the Journey, and it's got tickets and postcards and a little photo on that one. So those are those two, and those are both on waxed linen thread. Then this one has a mushroom and then a little dragonfly, and it is just a bit more petite one, and it's done waxed linen thread as well. This one is on a label, and it says Pretty Things, and it has a picture of this gorgeous lady and some music and a little French book, some flowers, a little calling card, and a beautiful picture. It says Pretty Things. It has some beads up here where it goes through the rivets and hangs. Then this is a super involved one right here. So you see it has a little dangle off the bottom, and this is just a bunch of pieces of ephemera. It says Imagine. So it's got bingo, ABCs, postcards, tickets, some small tickets, a little £2 note, or 2 pence, 2 pounds. I'm not sure, because we don't do that here. We just do the dollars. So that's, I'm assuming pence or pounds. Tracy would have to tell me. And then, or any of you from the UK really. And then a little flashcard over here, and a little Tim Holtz paper clip just dangling for fun. And then this is a paper bead that I punched holes in and put on a little jump ring right there. So compared to the size of my hand, that's about how big that one is. So that looks really cute when it's hanging down a little lower, I think, in my humble opinion. Then for those of you who like all the mushroom stuff right now, here is the mushroom necklace. It's got mushrooms, but it also says nature. It's a little fussy cut butterfly and some flowers, and the nest and eggs book. And then there is a mushroom charm down here, toadstool charm with some little beads, wood beads. Then here's another big one with an extra dangle on the bottom. It says Relax and Enjoy, and there's little bits of ABC stuff and butterflies. And then this is, so then this is the other thing I did. I went and printed her nature mini tags, and yeah, you'll see some more of that in just a second. Oh my goodness, had a lot of fun with those. Then here is another one. So I made some more of those fabric tags because I had a whole bunch of them. So here is another one of those. And then I liked the Live the Dream, so I put that on there, and that's on another, so it's basically the same thing as I gave to a friend. And then here is a biggin. This one is a triple layer dangly thing. So again, size of my hand. So if you're into bigger jewelry or butterflies, or you know someone who is, this is great. It says Spread Your Wings, and it has some fussy cut butterflies and some butterflies on little plaques and stuff. On the back, these are Tracy Fox, her new, and I think they're called antiquity labels. I don't know. They're new though. They're gorgeous. Gorge. It says Spread Your Wings here. This butterfly is a little raised, and I don't know if you can see that. See right there, kind of? It's raised up off the page just a little bit. And then this one says Butterfly. There's a little bit of cheesecloth behind, but it's all sealed in with Mod Podge. And then back here, there is a little butterfly layered on top of a calling card. And all those are on fabric that's been Mod Podged as well. And that one is on a cotton, like twine, cotton twine. Okay, so let's put those all back in here. AKA, let me just throw them around a little for a second, and then I'll show you the last thing. Now these, you guys, these are super yummy. I have not decided if I'm going to put these in my shop yet, because I am deeply in love with these. I mean, first of all, just listen to them. So these are I made these using the little Tim Holtz, I don't even know what these guys are called, but they're little clips, and then they have a chain that goes down. And I have attached bead dangles and then 1,000 of these. So I took her tags kit and I printed out 2 of them at 50%, so 2 to a page. So it made them a little smaller. And then I found the matches and I glued them back to back. Then I aged them and Mod Podged them and punched them and hung them from this chain. These would make gorgeous tassels for hanging off of a nature book or something, yeah? Then this is basically the same. So these I put on posts, and then I hung the tag off the bottom. So I put beads, and then I put a few of them just on little jumps, but they're all, most of them are on like the end of a bead dangle. So there's that one. And then this one, oh, I just love that sound, you guys. This one has a couple of different things. So this one has some of these that are from the mini embellishments kit and a couple of the paper discs. But then it also has these that I made, and these are the English, they're like tea cards that Tracy has in her shop. And then they all have a back. So you print them out and they have this, and then right underneath them they have this, and you can cut them out, and I just glued each one together, and they have information. So like this one is a golden rose. This one is a sweet pea. So anyway, I made a whole bunch of little tags with those, and then I glued them together with a piece of cardstock in between. They are also all Mod Podged, so they are protected. And then there are beads on those too. So there are those. I can't decide. I might keep one for a journal that I'm gonna make and put the other 2 in my shop. I have a hard time parting. I don't know. I just really like these because they're fun to play with. Anyway, thanks guys for stopping by. That is all I have for you today. Like I said, I am just trying to clear out and move on from all the things that I have just kind of had in the works. And I have one or 2 like craft with me's that I'm doing for well, that I'll be filming. And then I'm moving on to my next big project, and there will be crafts with me's, and it is going to be super fun. I'm super excited for that. So thank you guys for hanging out with me for a little bit today. I hope you have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, middle of the night, wherever it is on this wonderful planet of ours that you reside. I will see you guys all again very soon. Until then, take care, God bless, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.